Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 53, and if all has been scheduled correctly, this is your Saturday night double upload. So, you're welcome. 2 videos in a day. Now, do me a massive favour, smash a like for the double upload. I'd really appreciate it. Let's go for 3,000 likes on this episode. Today we are going to make a bit of a big change to our defence, as you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail and all of that good stuff. We are aiming to go for this Scream Pique. So in order to make that happen, without selling like Modric or Bale or something, we're going to have to make some changes. We're going to have to do some things in the club. I basically gutted the club of some of the golds that I wasn't using. All of the Chinese Super League players that I had in my club, whether they sold for 200 or what, like a lot of them sold for quite a lot. So we were able to go from a very small coin balance back up to like 53,000 coins right now with extra stuff to sell. There's a Gabriel Jesus still selling as well, which is going to be like 8,000 coins. So I started my ascent up the Scream Pique hill, and we were going to climb our way up to the top and unlock him at the end. And to do that, I had to go out and buy some players. Now, I think some of these players are heightened in price because of this specific SBC, and you might get lucky enough if you're still contemplating doing it at this stage. You know, he's probably only got a day left or something. But if you are still contemplating doing it, then I wouldn't be surprised if some of these players have started to normalize a little bit, making him even better value for money. Now, I decided to do him because I haven't really done any player SBCs so far in the Road to Glory. Not many anyway. Nothing amazing. We've done like Pique, we did like Promes, and so nothing outstanding. I don't think so anyway, unless I'm just missing something. But there have been a few which have sort of tempted me. And then the overall like thoughts on social media about this Pique is that he seems really good value for money and could be quite a good centre back. So I decided, you know what, we've got some things in the club, and we've had such good pack luck lately that I don't mind dropping 100k's worth of stuff into an untradeable to get some packs back. Hopefully we can get something good. This is the first pack. This is the best pack from the Scream Pique SBC that it offers out. And unfortunately for us, we get Navigator. But yeah, as rare Electrums go, you hope to see boards or a walkout, don't you? So even after like the worst possible scenario, we are still going to have spent about 100,000 coins, maybe a little bit less because we've used a couple of things from our club, and then we are going to get some players that are worth something. Discard value of probably 10,000 coins, or sale value of probably about 10,000 coins. Worst case scenario, it's cost us about a grand total of 90k. And he looks pretty good for that price, in my opinion anyway. I'm not a massive fan of the card design. That was one of the reasons why I nearly didn't do it. But I thought, you know what? Why not? We've actually picked up quite a lot of untradeable either like La Liga or Barcelona players. Like we have a Lenglet, however you want to call him. We've got the French centre back from Barca. We've got him untradeable. We have got an untradeable Griezmann. And we've got an untradeable Oblak, who plays in the same league, of course. So and of course, Scream Pique is a strong link to Guardiola. So there was just a few things lining up which I thought this is going to be useful going forwards. Like this could be my centre back duo could be Longley and Pique for the foreseeable. Should they be good enough? Should he turn out to actually be quite good? So we've risked it. You know, it took a little bit of grinding the club out. You know, I listed quite a few things up on the market. Had to wait for a few things to sell. That's why my coin balance is going down and then up and then down and then up. Certain things were just selling, or I was discarding stuff from my club. You know, basically gutting it in order to make this happen. So here is the final squad that we are putting together there. We get rid of an untradeable 86 Chesney. That's probably saved us 10 or 15k, something like that. And then, you know, got to use a few of the other players. So it's we've done all right. We've really got no coins now. But Scream Pique is ours. And I'm actually quite excited to bring him in. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the card design. I don't like the orange, black and green. But if he's good, which he could be, and there has been some positivity about him on social media, then we could be in for a pretty decent centre-back. So there's a couple of things about him which look quite good, like his reactions and composure are pretty awesome. His strength's very good. His defending stats are awesome as well, and we're going to attempt, obviously, to use a shadow chem style on him to boost the pace as much as possible, because he does have pretty poor acceleration to begin with. But if you believe chemistry styles work, a shadow will give him 75 acceleration and crazy sprint speed. So, I mean, in that situation, he's still going to feel a bit clunky because his agility and balance is pretty woeful, but I think he can still be all right. So, unfortunately, we don't actually get anything good from our Premium Gold Players Pack either. So we basically got the worst case scenario of spending about 100k coins, getting nothing of real value in return. But there is some value to that, right? So we'll find use for it along the way. But yeah, Eder Militao, who is now like a 3,000 to 4,000 coin centre-back, is now out. And as you can see, Screen Pique joins the club. Now, what this does do is it kind of means that we would need to get, if we ever replace Bale and Modric, we might need a strong link to... or we might need to flip Lenglet and Pique back around so that we could just get a French centre mid should we ever want to do that. But if Pique was in the left centre back spot, he wouldn't get full chemistry to Mendy at left back. So maybe one of the plays is to upgrade our Mendy to Jordi Alba at some point, but he is fairly costly, so we would need to, again, make sort of 40,000 coins enough that we could then sell Mendy, have enough coins to buy Jordi Alba, and that might happen at some point in time. You never know. But yeah, we eventually got the Shadow Chem style. It's super difficult to get them at the moment. They are extremely extinct, and lots of people are busy sniping them, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to get them. But we got one in the end. And someone I listed up to try and free up some funds at the time sold eventually after I'd friggin' done the entire SBC. So I took that little... I took that time to be like, well, we're not using the blue Dembele in our squad anymore. So I downgraded him to the gold one and picked up one with a right mid Hawk Chem style for 5,000 coins less than what we actually sold the blue one for. So we have got the super sub of Dembele on our bench. So that is the squad. Look at it. I can't believe that is like a road to glory, no money spent team. I know we've got very, very lucky in our packs, and I know some of you are a little bit salty in the comment section and some like my rewards videos and stuff. Like, they typically get a few more dislikes than normal and stuff, but there's nothing I can really do about it. The accounts aren't actually rigged. It's just luck at the end of the day, and we've been very, very lucky this year. So I eventually sold like Pepe and Gabriel Jesus, so that brings our coin balance back up to 25k. Nothing to do with that at this point in time. Maybe we'll spend it depending on objectives and stuff for this week. You never know what you're going to need to buy. But this is our first game in the weekend league. I'm still feeling a little bit sick. But we go into the weekend league against a good side, and I have to say, a very good player in my very first game. And obviously it was the first game of FIFA of the day for me. Hadn't played for a couple of days, actually. So we were a little rusty. He was very good. It was just unfortunate matchmaking. But when I did create some opportunities for myself, it didn't quite work out for me. Like, I hit the post here and there, and I was just genuinely probably getting quite battered. What I have left in for this particular game is the chances that I did get, and you can judge for yourselves as to whether or not it was good keeping or good defensiveness from my opponent, or whether I bottled chances and stuff. But yeah, I've left most of the opportunities that I got in this game in here. I mean, like a half chance shot from Pique like that, it's never going to go in, and if it does, it's the luckiest thing in the world. But I was creating some alright chances like this with Griezmann turning here, hitting a low driven. Maybe I should have hit a finesse or a regular shot, because the low driven seemed far too manual. And then I get some space with Mbappe right here to hit an outside of the boot strike, but it hits the post, and we don't get lucky enough to get the rebound. So yeah, it was unfortunate. We were 1-0 down. We had to press if we were going to get anything, and what that leads to is, of course, a little bit more open space in the final third for my opponent, and he doubles his lead, deservedly so, I would say, to 2-0, and we're going to eventually lose this match as our first game of the weekend league. It's quite... Like, normally I would say the first few games of the weekend league are typically quite easy. You can go in there stress-free and you're all right. Normally, anyway. But this time, we did just get Unfortunately, match made against someone that was pretty good at the game. Yeah, we had 11 shots, but only 2 of them hitting the target. That is not good enough. So we come away 0-1, and that's a bad thing for motivation for the weekend league. But we go straight on into another match, hoping that we don't get matched up against someone good again. Now, this is a more of an average squad. I definitely out-team this guy at this stage of FIFA. And I could tell straight away that his defense was quite high, which is obviously good for me because I've got a lot of pacey players. We like to try and get in behind and stuff. So we go 1-0 up with Neymar quite early on. And then Guardiola intercepts nicely. Modric on the run. Look at how high that defensive line is. I mean, you can almost see at some point why people would play drop back, because it eradicates things like that, and there's no other downside to it as well, which is just unfortunate. So yeah, what I would like to see is drop back either removed or heavily nerfed, so that there was some kind of deterrent from using it. You know, something's going to be bad. You're going to use more stamina if your players are mentally more challenged, you know, trying to focus, keeping that back line, you know, constantly defending, something like that. And maybe they use more stamina. Maybe that really affects you in the late game. I don't know. Anyway, my opponent gets a goal back, but we get a weird finish there from Mbappe. I think I pressed finesse, and he weirdly took it with the weak foot, and it still went in, kind of like a chip. So I guess that was just an odd shot. But yeah, we missed that opportunity. Green time finesse shot under not really any pressure from Modric, and he misses the target to put me 4-1 up. But I was confident in this one. Like, I knew that with this amount of space behind the defense, I was going to create stuff. And Mbappe here just green times it with the finesse when he gets given it, and that's going to be enough for my opponent. He is going to be out of here, and we are back to winning ways. You know, that's 1-1. So although we conceded a goal, doesn't really matter too much. You know, it was a bit of a sloppy goal to concede, but so be it. So far, the first couple of games was actually quite impressed with Pique. So the first guy I played was very good, and he scored 2 goals against me. I think someone that's good at FIFA is always going to score against me, even if I've got Van Dijk and Maldini, you know. But the second game, there was a couple of chances from my opponent there that I blocked out quite well. It's difficult for me to remember to try and include some tackles, but my overall thought so far is that Pique's actually been very good in the way that he reacts nicely and is strong enough to take the ball off of people. He is going to feel clunky. He's a 6'4" Spaniard with like low agility and balance. He's never going to feel like Neymar. But, you know, maybe it doesn't matter so much if he's in the right spot at the right time to make the tackles. So it's difficult to give you guys a comprehensive review on him. And by the time, like, I've played a whole bunch of games, he's going to have expired. So you're going to have to either search up some other people on YouTube that have already played more games with him and reviewed him properly. But my overall, like, initial thoughts is that he's good. You know, we stopped this guy from even taking a shot in the first half, and he had a genuine like a few attempts to, you know, push him past my midfield. So we did well to actually make some tackles, block some shots, block some passes, intercept, and get rid of that ball. So genuinely think he's pretty good so far. I'm sure that could easily change. You know, if I start coming up against really good people with Mbappe and Neymar, are they going to walk around someone as unagile as Pique? There's potential. We shall see. But for now, he is going to be in the squad for the long run, just because he works with the other untradables and stuff that we've got. And we're normally too many coins off of buying someone like Van Dijk, so I don't think that we're going to be able to get someone like him for quite a long time. Cue the next episode where I pack Van Dijk, you know. If that happens, I'm sorry. Maybe I would agree that I am red listed at that point in time. But we win our third game here, 6-0, and it was comprehensive. You know, we got a nice, easy victory there. Again, so much space behind the defence for me to work with, which obviously with the formation that I'm using, play it out wide, play it into the middle, get behind that defence, and you've got goals. So we got some daily XP from those challenges, and this is obviously just before the Friday night change in objectives. So we are like 1,100 XP away from getting our level 30 reward. So that will be in the next episode when I see what the weekly objectives are. Hopefully they're nice and easy. Fingers crossed they're nice and easy for us to just get 1,000 XP, no worries, and we can pick our player. So that is... That's going to be the first 3 games of the weekend league. That's where we're going to stop things here today. A little chat about the team in the 4-4-2. I think I'm definitely. I mean, we've done well after the last two games. We comprehensively won, right? We got a couple of easy wins there. Pique doing well to begin with here. Shadow Chem style I think is essential, but those 98 reactions, 99 composure, really good defensive stats. I think he could. There's potential for him to be very good with 76 acceleration and 91 sprint speed. Hopefully that actually lives up to it. But the rest of the team, like Bale and Griezmann, I've actually been enjoying Griezmann a little bit more than Bale, which is surprising to me. I didn't think that would be the case. Worst case scenario, if Bale stays fairly quiet, we could just sell him on, bring back, well, we've already got an Ousmane Dembele in our club. For some reason, he's not on the bench right now. But I've got him. I got the gold one, didn't I, in this episode? So we could just literally straight switch that back if we wanted to do so. You never know. Literally, I'm not sure of how we can go about this team anymore. It is firing quite well. Defending pretty well, and I just hope that with a few more games under my belt I can get back used to this 4-4-2, really plan out some routes for where I pass the ball and some strategy for going forward, and that could lead to us having a fairly decent weekend league. I hope anyway. I mean, we lost the first game, so it couldn't get much worse than that, could it really? But guys, that's the end of the episode. Do me a huge favour, hit that thumbs up for the double upload. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. You can hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload and become part of that squad. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Insta. Links are down below. And most importantly, have a wonderful day, everyone, or a wonderful evening, or whatever, whenever you're watching this. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.